Reggie Miller's career is remembered in a strange way. He was never the league's most decorated superstar, and he never finished a season holding the championship trophy. But when the game reached its most uncomfortable moments, few players felt more dangerous. His legacy was built on fear, timing, noise, and nerve. The feeling that if he got even one clean look, the entire night could change. Reginald Wayne Miller was born in 1965 with a body that made basketball seem impossible. His hips were misaligned, his ankles turned inward, and doctors warned that walking normally would be a miracle. For 5 years, he wore leg braces and watched his siblings play from the window. When the braces came off, life did not get easier. His toughest opponent was his older sister Cheryl, an all-time great. She was taller, stronger, faster, and ruthless. Reggie got blocked so often that he had to adapt. He stepped farther from the rim, lifted the ball higher, and shot with a huge arc just to get it over her. That became his weapon. In high school, Reggie was thin, overlooked. He wanted to help his parents, but he also wanted to beat Cheryl. So he shot hundreds of jumpers a day. Soon, he was one of California's most efficient scorers, though Cheryl owned the family spotlight. Then he grew past her. During one Christmas visit, he challenged her again. Cheryl drove, and Reggie blocked her. She tried again. He blocked her again. There was no third attempt. From then on, she joked that they only played horse. Fans later chanted Cheryl to mock him. They thought it would break him. Instead, it reminded him he had already survived worse. Miller earned a UCLA scholarship, barely played as a freshman, then worked into the lineup. As a junior, he led the Pac-10 in scoring with 26 points a game on elite efficiency. His temper was there too. He once got thrown out after accusing a referee of being crooked. When the college three-point line arrived, Reggie was ready. He hit threes at an elite rate and finished second on UCLA's scoring list behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Still, scouts doubted his body. He was 6'7" but under 180 pounds, so in the 1987 draft, he slipped to 11th. Indiana took him, and Pacers fans booed, wanting hometown guard Steve Alford. They were booing the future of the franchise. Reggie entered the NBA thin, confident, and fearless enough to test Jordan. In one early game, Miller talked trash after winning the first half. Jordan listened, then buried him after halftime, finishing with 44, while Reggie ended with 12. The lesson was clear, but Miller stayed loud. As a rookie, he averaged 10 points, played all 82 games, and set a rookie three-point record. In year 2, he jumped to 16 points. By 1990, he was a star, 24.6 points per game, over 50 from the field, 40 from 3, and nearly 90 at the line. He became Indiana's first All-Star in more than a decade. His style was unusual for the era. He ran through screens, caught it on the move, and released before defenders reacted. Today that looks normal. Back then, it was almost futuristic. Indiana finally had a star, but not yet a great team. The Pacers reached the playoffs in 1990 and were swept by the champion Pistons. From 1991 to 1993, Reggie kept scoring around 21 a night, led the league in made threes once, led in free throw percentage once, and raised his level in the playoffs. But Indiana stayed around .500 and kept losing early. If Reggie could not win with talent, he tried to win with his mouth. In 1993, he got under Jordan's skin. After elbows and shoves, Jordan charged at him and swung. Miller was ejected, but Jordan was later fined and suspended. Few players could pull that out of Michael. Reggie could. That same year, the Pacers met the Knicks, starting his defining rivalry. Reggie targeted John Starks because Starks could be baited. After Starks hit him early, Miller talked after every bucket and finished with 32. New York won the series, but the city had found its villain. In 1994, Larry Brown gave Indiana structure. Miller became the Pacers' all-time leading scorer, joined the rare 50-40-90 club, and led a tougher core with Rick Smits and the Davis brothers to 47 wins. Indiana reached the Eastern Conference Finals against New York. Game 5 at Madison Square Garden changed Reggie's image forever. He scored 25 in the fourth quarter, hit every three, and flashed the choke sign at Spike Lee as the Knicks collapsed. New York survived the series, but Reggie's war with the Garden was permanent. In 1995, Mark Jackson arrived. Indiana won 50 games, and Reggie became an all-star starter. After sweeping Atlanta, the Pacers faced New York again. Game 1 looked over. The Knicks led by 6 with less than 20 seconds left. Then Reggie created his immortal sequence: a 3, a steal, another 3, and free throws. 8 points in 9 seconds stole the game. Indiana took the series in 7. Against Orlando, Miller kept firing, but Shaq's magic controlled Game 7 and advanced. In 1996, a late eye socket fracture damaged Indiana's playoff hopes. He returned and scored 29, but Indiana lost by 2. The next year, Indiana missed the playoffs. Larry Brown resigned, and Larry Bird arrived. Bird raised expectations immediately. Indiana won 58 games in 1998. After beating Cleveland, the Pacers eliminated the Knicks again, and Reggie was already a New York nightmare. He had even titled his book, "I Love Being the Enemy," and he lived it. Then came the Bulls. Indiana pushed Jordan's team harder than anyone. Reggie scored 13 late points to steal a win. In Game 4, guarded by Jordan, he created space, broke free, and buried a 3 with 2.7 seconds left. In Game 7, Indiana led in the second half, and the dynasty looked vulnerable, but Chicago forced turnovers, owned the boards, and survived 88-83. Reggie had seen the mountaintop, but could not reach it. In the 1999 lockout season, Indiana tied for the East's best record. Reggie became the NBA's all-time leader in made threes, and with Jordan gone, the path looked open. Instead, the 8th-seeded Knicks shocked the Pacers in 6 and reached the finals. At 34, Miller seemed finished, but in 2000, Indiana rose again. The Pacers won 56 games. After beating Milwaukee and Philadelphia, Indiana met New York for the 6th time in 8 years. This time, the rivalry ended Reggie's way. Miller led the series in scoring, the Pacers won in 6, and he finally reached the NBA Finals. Waiting there was peak Shaq. Shaq overwhelmed the series. Kobe Bryant delivered in overtime of Game 4, and LA won in 6. Reggie averaged 24 in the finals and played well. The Lakers were simply better. After the finals, Bird left and the roster changed. Miller got older, Jalen Rose took more shots, and Indiana slipped, but the playoffs still belonged to his nerve. In 2001, he hit a late 3 to steal Game 1 from Philadelphia, then followed with huge scoring nights, though Indiana lost. In 2002, against the top-seeded Nets, he forced overtime with a deep buzzer beater, then forced another overtime by driving into traffic and dunking over defenders. Indiana lost, but the myth grew. By 2003, he had taken a smaller role behind Jermaine O'Neal and Ron Artest. In 2004, the Pacers became title contenders again. Jermaine was an MVP candidate, Artest won Defensive Player of the Year, and Indiana won 61 games. In the conference finals against Detroit, Reggie had an open layup to tie Game 2, but Tayshaun Prince chased him down for a legendary block. Detroit won in 6, then won the championship. Reggie knew that chance had been real. The next season, Indiana's hopes collapsed in the Malice at the Palace. Artist, Jermaine O'Neal, and Stephen Jackson were suspended after the brawl in Detroit, and Miller knew his title window had closed. Still, he carried the damaged team, scoring 30 or more several times. At his final Madison Square Garden visit, the boos became chants of his name, and he embraced Spike Lee, closing a legendary player versus city feud. The Pacers reached the playoffs, upset Boston in 7, then lost to Detroit. In his final game, Reggie scored 27, left to a long ovation in Indiana, as both teams stood to honor him. He retired with 25,279 points, the made threes record, and one of the best free throw percentages ever. Later generations passed many of his numbers, but they copied his blueprint: endless movement, off-ball chaos, quick release threes, and the confidence to want the ball when the arena was loudest. Reggie Miller never won a ring, but he changed how guards hunted shots, terrified opponents in the final minute, and turned hate into fuel. His career is not defined by what he missed. It is defined by how badly everyone feared him when the game was still alive.